First Alert News Team. You're watching Fox Carolina, the 6 o'clock news.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here at 6 o'clock. We'll get to all of your top stories in just a moment, but first, let's get a look at your weather. We know a lot of you have plans for tonight and tomorrow, so meteorologist Bryan Bachman is standing by. So, Bryan, what can we expect this evening?
Well, continued unseasonably warm, Carrie, on this final night of summer. You can believe that. I certainly can't believe it based on the weather out there for today, but I also wouldn't say anything unpleasant. Just be prepared for the fact that it will be warm for a couple more hours here. For example, right now, 86 in Spartanburg, 87 Greenville, 89 in Anderson, and we got 88 degrees in Clemson. Take a look at Elberton at 90 degrees, and then you move to the mountains. Still on the warmer side with most temps there in the low to mid 80s. Dew points are up there. You're feeling a touch of that mugginess in the air, but I wouldn't say it's certainly anything oppressive, as most of our dew points are still just in the muggy range in the low to mid 60s. Those numbers will be trending upward, however, in the days ahead, so expect it to feel decidedly more humid, especially as we start to move into the first half of the upcoming week. Satellite and radar has been overwhelmingly quiet here. We've mostly just had some fair weather clouds here and there, but you saw here in the last couple of hours across parts of Transylvania County, there were a couple of brief downpours that managed to bubble up. One or two tried to get going in parts of Oconee and Pickens counties as well, but already appears that most of that is beginning to wind down, and I don't anticipate much, if anything, to develop in the hours ahead, so I think you're good to get out and about if that's what you're looking to do. High pressure, although it is a weakening broad area of it, is still in control here from the mid-Atlantic states to the Gulf Coast, and that'll remain the case as we head into the first day of fall coming up for tomorrow. Switching gears briefly here to what's happening in the tropics. National Hurricane Center continuing to monitor this region of the Western Caribbean into the Gulf of Mexico, as we're still not expecting any kind of tropical development over the course of the next couple of days, but in the next 7, National Hurricane Center now giving this region a 60% chance of some kind of tropical development. The low itself actually has not even formed yet. We expect that to happen over the course of the next 2 to 3 days, and then we'll monitor its progress as it generally starts to drift toward the Gulf Coast. We'll watch, of course, for any tropical development out of that, and for some potential late week impacts here, in our area as we look at some of the more long-range forecast data. But in the meantime, nothing to worry about for this evening. We'll continue to see the skies stay overwhelmingly clear. A couple of scattered clouds not out of the question as we move into the late evening and overnight period here as well. I think most of us start off the day with plentiful sunshine tomorrow. Could be some patchy fog again, but I think quite a bit less of it compared to what we saw out there this morning. And then our rinse repeat going into tomorrow afternoon. Plentiful sunshine. Can't rule out a couple of spotty showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm in some parts of the mountains. Could see 1 or 2 trickle into the upstate, but I think overwhelmingly, like today, very few of us will encounter any kind of wet weather tomorrow. It's Monday where we start to see, I think, a better chance, especially in the mountains, for some scattered showers and thunderstorms here in the afternoon, with 1 or 2 potentially trickling farther south into the upstate. But for tomorrow, first day of fall, officially beginning at 8:43 in the morning, but as we've been saying the last few days, definitely not going to feel like fall. We'll start with a temperature around 67 degrees in the morning, heating up to about 90 degrees in the afternoon with mostly sunny skies. And we actually stay unseasonably warm through the first half of the week. That fall icon should be on Sunday, not Monday. But nonetheless, those first few days of fall feeling more summer-like with a chance for a few showers Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we'll watch the late week period Friday into Saturday for the potential of some far-reaching impacts from whatever comes of that tropical system in the Gulf. And for the mountains, also the chance for a few thunderstorms Monday and Tuesday, but a dry day tomorrow and a high of 85.